1. All right, and we are rolling. Welcome. Actually, for the record, can you state your name and your title and your organization?
My name is MoazDoraid. I'm the Deputy Executive Director of UNIFEM, the UN Development Fund for Women.
Okay, and where are you from?
From Egypt.
Egypt, okay. I guess, first off, UNIFEM is an organization I think a lot of people have heard of, but don't really know sort of what it is. If you want to sort of let us know, sort of tell the viewers what it is UNIFEM is and what you do.
Surely, UNIFEM is the main organization within the UN that works for the empowerment of women and for gender equality. We have 4 areas of focus. One is to reduce the feminization of poverty, ensure women's economic security. The second is to ensure women's political participation. Third is to reduce the HIV/AIDS pandemic among girls and women. And fourthly, it is to end violence against women.
So you're a fund, you said. So does that mean most of what you do is sort of disperse funds, collect and give out money and grants and whatnot?
We rely on voluntary contributions, primarily from member states, and indeed we fund programs all around the developing world to achieve these objectives.
Who are your biggest funders?
Our biggest funders are the governments of Norway and of Spain, along with the United Kingdom, the US, and Sweden.
Interesting. Spain, is there sort of a personal connection between Spain and any sort of top UNIFEM officials? Because you don't really think of Spain as being a top funder in a lot of these issues.
In fact, during the past few years, Spain has risen to the top ranks of donors to the UN development system in general, not only to UNIFEM. That includes UNDP, and it has applied to UNIFEM as well. Our executive director happens to be from Spain.
Oh, okay. So that wasn't a guess on my part, by the way. I did not know that, but I think keen political insight there. But I guess I wanted to ask. I spoke to the executive director of the UN Population Fund earlier, and she described to me just sort of the terrible scores. There's nothing else to say about it. Just like this terrible sort of almost massacre of women around the world who die from childbirth. I guess is maternal health something that you work on? Is it sort of that on your remit, or what it is? What is it that UNIFEM does?
Well, UNIFEM, along with other UN organizations, work on maternal health. I think the leaders there are the UN Fund for Population Activities that you interviewed, its executive director, as well as UNICEF. We are leaders on other areas, primarily on ending violence against women. This form of violence is the most prevalent form of violence. It affects nearly 70% of females around the world. Yet it is a silent and hidden scourge. Only 18 countries have laws prohibiting and persecuting against this, while the majority of countries remain without even the legislation, let alone the enforcement.
So here at the UN, there are a number of distinct organizations that have gender empowerment and women's issues and health, women's health, that fall under their responsibilities. There's an effort underway to sort of combine these organizations into one single entity that has right now this clumsy name, the gender entity, and make it sort of an undersecretary general position to sort of, I guess, rise bureaucratically the importance of these issues. So sort of combine from 4 to 1. I guess what are your thoughts on that process, and sort of where does that process stand?
Surely this process is very promising. Indeed, women empowerment and gender equality are the responsibility of all UN organizations, what's called gender mainstreaming. Yet the UN system and the world, the women of the world, need a global leader in this regard. And that's the impetus around which the UN member states are currently negotiating to establish a new UN World Women Organization. Until now it's referred to as the gender entity. Hopefully there will be a better name with recognition. And indeed what this new organization will work would be to act as a strong driver internationally to ensure women empowerment, to reduce poverty among women, to end violence against women, because this has been recognized as central to the achievement of development and to the achievement of the Millennium Development Goals. The new organization also will ensure more coherence and coordination in the global effort, as well as ensure the accountability of the UN system as a whole in promoting women empowerment and gender equality.
I guess, do you think that this entity will get off the ground anytime soon? What's the timeline?
It's in the hands of member states. Currently, negotiations are underway, and I think the driver and the main incentive of this negotiation is that is what the world's women need immediately now, and it's crucial to the achievement of the Millennium Development Goals, and we are only 4 years away from the target date for these goals.
Well, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it, and good luck.
Thank you.
All right. That's it.